Hi, everyone. My name is Alhaji. So today we will be talking about our group project on a case study presenting by us as a group on black box in the auto vehicles or automobiles. So the reason why we decided to actually bring about this black box is because vehicles are becoming a valuable source of information for law enforcement. Auto manufacturers, and even intelligent agencies, car rentals companies, and even the insurance companies as well. Vehicle systems store a valuable, if not massive, of information about the driver, ranging from home addresses, currently visited locations, which is the GPS, phone contacts, phone like call history as well, emails, text messages, speed braking, and even the seat belts that actually gets enough information as well when the seat belt was used and when it wasn't actually used. Next slide, please. So the event data recorders, generally known as the black box, was first introduced or developed and tested by National Highway Traffic Safety Administrations in the 1970s. The first commercial event data recorders were introduced and installed by General Motors. The EDR, which is the data recorders, events have evolved over the past years as motor vehicles have increasingly become Internet of Things. We have seen how Internet of Things have now become the powerhouse when it comes to any devices or sensors that install into a vehicle. And this Internet of Things, actually, they have like hundreds, if not thousands of electronic sensors installed in vehicles these days. Currently over 90% of the new cars and light trucks sold in the United States currently already come with event data recorders. To capture, why? Because this actually helps to capture information about the final seconds before the crash happening or even after the crash occurred. Next slide, please. So what we did was we decided to take a look at, in our project, we decided to look at different years, and we actually came to a conclusion that the US Department of Transportation, which this year, the year 2017, happened to be a valuable, has a valuable information that we can able to share that has a very good number of information about young drivers involved into a crash. So according to the National Safety Council, which is the NSC, in 2019, there were approximately 38,800 automobiles accidents that resulted in deaths. Just imagine that. In an effort to combat these numbers, automobiles and competing technologies have created new data in order to actually able to view and analyze how to drastically minimize these accidents or deaths. A vehicle with a black box functions similar to airplane black box, and it's used to analyze cause of automobile accidents and assist in preventing the loss of life and property. I think all of us may have heard about the black box in aircraft. So for example, when a plane crashes, we heard about, they're talking about black box, and so the black box give valuable information why the crash occurred and when the crash occurred. So in fact, because of these, we also realized a fact that this is why insurance company charge high premium on drivers within certain age range. For example, the older you become, the lower your car insurance will be. So if you are within the age of 10 to 15, 15 to 20, possibility that your insurance premium is going to be high, because looking at the data or statistics. Like if we take a look at, let's take a look at this map, you know, this map shows the National Center for Statistics and Analysis, the percentage of states, traffic, deaths were killed in crashes involving young drivers within the age of 15 to 20. So we take a look at all states. In the state that you see in yellow have 9.1% or lesser involved in crashes as young driver ages within the 15 to 20. All those states in yellow have 9.1% to 13% in crashes are young drivers. All the other remaining states you see in red has like 13% or greater involved in crashes. Look at that. Look how big and high the number is. So by introducing black balls can actually able to prevent some recklessness driving. For example, if a driver actually realizes that they are a record that they're actually getting information about whatever the way he or she is driving, I believe this can drastically reduce the mortality rates or the death rates. That ends my presentation.
Hi there, Sarai here, introducing the next 3 slides. First up, fatalities and seatbelts. According to the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration, in 2017, approximately 37,133 people were killed. 47% of the fatalities were not wearing a seatbelt. Statistics have shown that approximately 2,549 fatalities would have been prevented if seatbelts were utilized, and approximately 14,955 were saved in the same year due to seatbelts. Thus, seatbelt data are one of the required standardized data elements captured by event data recorders. It is safe to say that EDRs provide data and seatbelts are to provide safety so that administrations such as the NHTSA could maintain compliance and regulatory standards. As Alhaji previously stated, 2017 has been a year in providing congruent research and analysis on EDRs, aka black boxes. Next slide, please. 2 males from Battle Creek, Michigan struck a bridge and the vehicle rolled into the Kalamazoo River back in early 2017. In an attempt to determine the cause of the crash, law enforcement, reconstruction specialists, and accident investigators started to calculate the speed of the vehicle based on the amount of damage. EDR data retrieved from the wreckage confirmed the vehicle was traveling at 98 miles per hour, 4 seconds before the crash, and 62 miles per hour when the vehicle struck the bridge. Since 2014, EDRs have been installed in all new vehicles and have been vital to law enforcement investigations. Next slide, please. Stakeholders. EDRs have been proven beneficial to stakeholders such that of motorists, investigators, manufacturers, and insurances. First stakeholder explained would be the motorists, aka drivers. They would benefit from installed EDRs in the missing persons case, would be able to provide tracking, GPS, and vehicle track logs. The second stakeholder would be investigators. Law enforcement, I believe, benefits the most out of the 4 aforementioned stakeholders, as retrieve data from black boxes quell human assumptions and provide accurate and unbiased calculations and/or evidence that could be used in an array of proceedings. Next would be the manufacturers. This stakeholder will benefit by having user quality controlled in which data could be collected in uncontrolled environment. Seatbelt, airbag deployment, speed up, etc. This would be the insurance companies. This stakeholder, I believe, would have negative impact. For example, if a motorist were to be involved in a collision, the motorist at fault insurance deductible would increase significantly. The benefits for this stakeholder is that consumer information such that of names, date of birth, address, phone numbers, etc., will be collected by the insurance companies. Thank you.
Privacy concerns were brought to light shortly after the development of EDRs. With the electrification of vehicles, the estimated 150 million cars currently on the road, and the wealth of information stored in individual vehicles, Fourth Amendment issues were bound to emerge. The Fourth Amendment protects the rights of all citizens to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures from the government. But how does this affect the access to EDR data? Do insurance companies, car manufacturers, and law enforcement agencies have unfettered access to the data? When is permission from an owner or lessee sufficient? When is a warrant required? Should law enforcement officers be able to access EDR data to obtain information not related to car crash, let's say to track a driver's whereabouts on a certain time and date, or to access a driver's phone contacts? Who ultimately owns this data? How can the data be used? Next slide, please. In an effort to address those concerns, President Barack Obama passed the Driver Privacy Act of 2015. The act provides that data recorded or transmitted by an EDR may not be accessed by a person other than the vehicle owner or lessee with some exceptions. The exceptions include when a warrant is granted, when permission is granted from a vehicle owner or lessee, in order to facilitate an emergency medical response, for traffic safety research, and to carry out certain investigations authorized by federal law. California became the first state to address EDR privacy by establishing that EDR data was the vehicle owner or lessee's property. This supplemented the Driver Privacy Act of 2015. Currently, 17 states have enacted supplemental EDR privacy laws. The majority of states, however, still need to supplement the act to ensure continued protection for all drivers. Next slide.
Hi, this is Shabiha, and today I will be talking about the safety benefits in the upcoming slides. So here the question arises that what are the safety benefits of black box? Actually, there are many. Some of them are people will start driving carefully if they know their carelessness can be proven. Also, introduction of black boxes will reduce fatalities caused by speeding. More passengers will use seatbelts even without having police officers in close proximity, and that can save a lot of lives. Also, if someone asks me the question that which one is important, safety or privacy, my answer is always going to be safety. Why? Because if we take care of ourselves and save lives, that can solve a lot of problems, and rest of the thing in the world can be taken care of.
Hi all, my name is Saida and I'm going to cover next 3 slides. The first slide is accountability and justice. The purpose of having black box is in vehicles to prevent future crashes. Since it records everything including driving style, speeding, steering angles, airbag deployment, seatbelt use, so the drivers will be more careful while they are driving. We can also use the stored information in the black box as evidence against the reckless driver, which is reliable too. No one can delete or disable or run or turn off the box. Well, we need to keep in mind that blackboard is there for our own benefit and protection. Next slide, please. Financial benefits. We have some financial benefits to have black box. First of all, it encourages safe driving. Good drivers can lower their premiums. Black box monitors driving performance, which is also available online. It is suitable for younger adult and frequent drivers. Black box monitoring technology also helps to prevent theft and enables the tracking of automobiles. Basically, it can locate stolen vehicles. The insurance is also more profitable for the insurance companies. They encourage drivers to have this insurance by rewarding lower premiums to safer driver and charging higher premiums to driver, which actually pose a higher risk of an accident. Next slide, please. And my last slide is about applicable ethical theories. If there is a situation and you cannot avoid it, like where the car has to choose between crashing with 2 different groups of people, utilitarian approach will pick the best option with the least loss of life. It reduces that percentage. People will be happier if black box were enforced in the car. It brings justice if you get into an accident and that is not fault of your own, it could help you prove your lack of responsibility. Another thing is that it always great to save some money. Good driving is required for reducing your insurance premiums and keeping your telematics score up. It can also help to keep your car in the best possible condition. Thank you.
In conclusion, we want to ask the same question one more time. Why put safety over privacy? Because there is no wrong in putting black boxes in cars if it will eventually save lives, save money, and make the roads safer for people. Stay safe and save lives. Thank you for listening and watching our presentation. We totally enjoyed working on the Black Box project, and every single member of this group are pretty awesome. Thank you.